Everyone in the mess hall thought she was just another tired Marine, until the man who shoved her learned why her name was never on any roster. The shove came out of nowhere, hard, loud, humiliating. Trays clattered, heads turned, and the young corporal towered over her, sneering, calling her a word that made even the senior NCOs freeze mid-bite. She didn't raise a hand, didn't even blink. She only straightened her posture, calm in a way that made the sunlight spilling through the windows feel suddenly too bright, too sharp. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Captain Mara Vale, 29, quiet, soft-spoken, assigned on paper to logistics. Nothing about her looked dangerous. She was small-boned, sun-freckled, her hair neatly tied in a bun the color of dry wheat fields. She'd been hoping for a peaceful lunch, hoping no one noticed she barely touched her food these days, hoping this base could finally feel normal after years of classified deployments. She thought she'd left that world behind. She was wrong. The corporal leaned closer, voice dripping with contempt. "Go ahead, say something." Mara could smell the pepper from his untouched eggs. The tremble in her hand wasn't fear, it was restraint. Every muscle in her body remembered training she wasn't allowed to talk about. Every instinct screamed to neutralize, to react, to end the threat, but she breathed slowly, counting heartbeats, like she'd been trained. Around them, the crowd shifted uneasily. Young Marines whispered. Older ones watched with narrowed eyes, sensing something off in her silence. A spoon fell from someone's hand. The air thickened. "Walk away," Mara said quietly. Not pleading, warning. He shoved her again, harder, and this time her boot slid across the tile, scraping loudly enough that the entire hall went dead silent. For a heartbeat, sunlight flickered through the high windows, as if the air itself hesitated. Mara felt years of memories surge, dust-filled compounds, coded radios crackling, the cold weight of decisions no one should make. She had promised her commander she'd leave that version of herself buried. But pain radiated along her shoulder now, and humiliation. And something older, deeper. When she finally raised her eyes, the corporal's smirk faltered, because she looked at him the way ghosts look at men. A lieutenant stepped forward, brows furrowed. "Corporal, stand down." But he didn't. Pride had him by the throat. She started it. Mara exhaled. A slow, controlled breath that didn't match the situation at all. A micro cliffhanger hung in the air, the moment right before lightning hits. Then the door to the mess hall burst open. 4 soldiers in unmarked sand-colored uniforms entered in a perfect diamond formation, boots synchronized. Eyes hidden behind tactical lenses. No insignias. No names. Their arrival cut the morning light like a blade. Every Marine in the room straightened automatically. Because no one walked like that unless they'd been through hell together. The lead operator scanned the hull, voice low but carrying. "Captain Vale, you're needed." The corporal paled. "Captain." The operators moved toward her. Coordinated, silent, each step echoing authority. They formed a protective arc, not aggressive but unmistakably prepared. The entire mess hall hummed with murmurs. Boots shifting, trays trembling. Mara didn't touch the corporal, didn't look at him long. But she did speak, gently. "I gave you a chance to step away. Remember this moment. Use it to be better." That single line hit harder than anything she could have done with her hands. The operator nearest her placed a respectful hand at her back. "Ma'am, extraction bird is waiting." "We're wheels up in 3. A few Marines gasped. Extraction. Not transport. Not briefing. Extraction. The corporal stepped back as if from a flame. His face drained, his breathing ragged. He suddenly understood 2 things at once, that he'd misjudged her entirely, and that he'd been inches from disappearing behind classified paperwork no one ever sees again. Outside, the sun blazed across the parade field as the unmarked helicopter powered up, sending dust spiraling like a living thing. Soldiers filled the yard like a rising tide, coordinating movements with precision, guiding her forward with a reverence usually reserved for legends. Before boarding, Mara paused and glanced back through the glare of daylight. She didn't look triumphant. She didn't look angry. She just looked tired and hopeful that this time, doing the right thing mattered more than retaliating. Because true strength isn't loud, it's choosing to rise when cruelty tries to drag you down. And sometimes the quietest soldier carries the heaviest truth, hidden in plain sight. If this story moved you, feel free to share your thoughts below. And if you enjoy these emotionally driven cinematic stories, subscribe for more. Your support means the world to me.